Just imagine asking Siri. I want you to ask Siri right now. Siri, do you love me? You know what? Let's ask Siri right now. Siri, do you love me?
You have my utmost admiration.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be continuing my validation series, and in this episode today I'm going to be talking about social validation and social media. If you see me looking down, it's because my laptop's right here and I got my stuff written here, so I'm just gonna be looking down every now and then. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Be sure to think about subscribing to this channel. Go ahead and like this video right now, and let's go ahead and just jump right into this video on social validation and social media. So as I mentioned in my last video, the power of social validation. If you missed that, you can click right up here. Actually, it's going to be on this side. If you missed that video, you can click right up there. And this is something that I talked about in that video though. Why we seek social validation, why we seek validation in general. I'm a very firm believer in the fact of social validation, period, is a need that we all have as humans, as social creatures. We all want to feel like we belong in certain spaces. We want to feel like we fit in. We want to feel like, there's just, space for us at the table, so to speak. So like I said, we seek these things because we're human, and I don't care how fancy you think you are, how revolutionized you think you are. It hurts. It hurts your feelings when somebody says they don't approve of something that you do, especially when it's somebody that's close to you, especially when it's somebody that's in your inner circle. It's going to hurt your feelings because we need to feel validated. It's okay if it hurts your feelings because those people in your inner circle, they're not necessarily even trying to hurt your feelings. They're just, giving their little tidbit of things. And I watched this video previously today. Honestly, what they say only should matter about 10% of the whole 100% of what you plan on doing, or what you even came to them in the first place. Their opinion should only matter about 10%, no matter who they are. If it's your mom, your close business partner, whoever, their opinion shouldn't matter that much. But it's still gonna hurt. A little tiny bit. A little tiny bit. So right now I'm just gonna talk a little bit about problematic internet use. And problematic internet use is something that's very similar to racism. There's a lack of science to kind of prove the truthness of it, to prove that it's there, but we all know it's there. We all know those people that just scroll all day on their phones, not even posting anything, just scrolling, put down their phone, look around for a second, pick back up their phone, and they're back to scrolling. There's no definite science behind these terms of problematic internet use or even internet addiction, but we all see the signs. We all see the behaviors of people around us. So problematic internet use is a term that's used mostly in the population for adolescents, and it's commonly paired with the phrase internet addiction. And I have a definition down here. It says this may be defined as maladaptive preoccupations with internet use experienced as irresistible use or periods of time longer than intended. Significant distress or impairment resulting from the behavior and the absence or another Axis 1 pathology. And I'll put a link to that article in my blog post that you guys can check out. I'll put the link to my blog post down below so you guys can check that out, and I'll have a link to that article that I got this information from in my blog post. Evidently, females use social media to gain emotional support, reduce loneliness, and connect to their friends to get information about their lives. Now, part of me is like, that's not really fair to say that only females do that, collecting information, because I know some of y'all males be out there doing the same thing, lurking. So let's kind of go a little bit deeper into that section. Mood modifier. Getting a little murky. We're getting a little bit in murky areas. So a mood modifier. Women are more likely to get on social media to adjust their mood, to kind of find things that either amplify their mood or, calm them down, or just make them feel a little bit more better or worse. I don't know. It's a mood modifier. That's just what the article says. So like I mentioned previously, social media can get very, very, very murky. It can get very dangerous. I don't like saying the word dangerous, but it can become very problematic. You're gonna start craving that dopamine effect, that dopamine cycle of when you post that picture and you see all those likes pop up. And you're also more prone to feel that serotonin effect when people are agreeing with you on something that you're posting on social media. Serotonin is the serotonin is the hormone in your body that rages when we get that social validation, when we feel like people are approving of the things that we're doing, when we feel like our little step on the social hierarchy ladder goes up. It's don't be mad at me. It's just what goes on inside of our bodies. I'm just trying to communicate these things that happen. Let's talk a little bit deeper about the hormone serotonin. Serotonin, like I said, is the hormone that is paired along with socialization and social energy, social power, social hierarchy. Serotonin is also the hormone that is paired with a lot of mental health illnesses. So when we feel like we're very lonely, when we feel like, you know, no one likes us, when we're in that headspace of constantly comparing ourselves to other people, when we feel low on that social hierarchy ladder, that is when your serotonin levels start to drop. So the question that needs answering, is it healthy to seek this social validation on social media? And I think the answer to that is a big fat no. I don't care how positive the page is. I don't care how uplifting the page is. I don't care. Because if y'all have seen Social Dilemma, these things on social media are computers. They're feeding you the things that you want to see. They're feeding you the things that you feed into, that you leave comments on, that you like. So just imagine asking Siri. I want you to ask Siri right now. Siri, do you love me? You know what? Let's ask Siri right now. Siri, do you love me?
You have my utmost admiration.
Now, I have Siri's utmost admiration. Does that fulfill my need for validation? Not me. I don't know, maybe somebody else will feel better from getting validated from Siri, but I will not feel fulfilled getting validation from a machine. And I don't think it's healthy to get validation from a machine, to get validation from sources that don't even know you. We need to stop getting on social media and looking for things to validate our emotions, looking for things that validate our looks, the likes. We need to stop seeking out those things, and we need to stop feeling so bad about ourselves when we don't get those likes. If you post a picture, girl, just post you that picture. You don't even have to send it to your friend group, especially if you're just using Instagram for social purposes. If you have no business intent, if you have no product that you're trying to sell, if you have no direct consumers that you're trying to reach, if you're not making money off what you're posting, you really need to stop seeking validation from your friends before you post these pictures on social media. Because if you like that picture, girl, you better post it. Post it. You probably are a bad gal in that picture. The only people that you should look to for social validation are the people in your inner circle. And let's be real, honey, these people in your inner circle, they might not even agree with everything that you have to say. So like I said previously in this video, the people that you ask for opinions, the people that you trust on these opinions, their opinions should only matter a little tiny bit. There is no validation stronger than self-validation. You guys need to get this. You guys really need to understand this concept. If you like something, if you want to do something, if you feel some type of way about something, you are entitled to do that. You're entitled to feel that way. You're entitled to do what you please, honey, just as long as you're not hurting anybody else. I believe your inner circle and your loved ones and people that genuinely care about you and want to see you grow and want to see you flourish are the ones that you do need to go to get that social validation. Like I said, we're human. We need validation from other people to feel socially accepted. When we don't get that social validation, when we don't get that, you know, sense of belongingness, that's when our mental starts to, I don't want to say deteriorate, but that's when we start second guessing ourselves and just not feeling like, you know, we're that confident. So it's very important to include your inner circle and people that you trust on your new endeavors. It's important to include them on different aspects of your life that you want to include them on. Like I said, their opinion holds weight, but it shouldn't hold more weight over your own opinion. And these are the people that you can go to for constructive criticism And these are the people that you go to for constructive criticism. They're going to build you up. They're going to give you suggestions. They're going to make you feel good about what you planned on doing. They're going to make you feel about good about your goals, and they're going to make you feel like you can achieve your goals. That is why you need to be very selective about the people that you let in your inner circle, because these are people that you essentially want to trust. These are people that you should trust almost in every area of your life. I mean, that's just me and my mindset though. I used to be very like lone pack, lone wolf, but it got very dark in those days. I'm not even going to lie to you guys, because I felt very alone. I felt very like just sad all the time because I didn't have anybody, and I didn't. Rocky, it's okay. You're just trying to perform your duties. I know. You're a guard dog. Okay, that's enough. But anyways, I don't want to get too deep on why our inner circles are so important to get that validation from, whether it be your parents or your relationship partner or your best friend. I feel like those people are very, very important to get that social validation from. So let me tell you guys a little story about how important it is to be socially validated, especially in your romantic relationships, especially if you are a Black woman. So I was in a relationship with somebody of a different race than me. He was a white man. And I was telling him about my experience, about when I went to the doctor. I felt very unheard, and I felt like my problems were being dismissed by the doctor. And I was telling him about it, and you know, I was trying to tell him, like, I think it was a race issue. Like I feel like it might have had something to do with the fact that I'm a Black woman. And the first thing that he said was, oh, you think it was because you were Black? You think it was really because you were Black? Like, almost, you know, to me, like, his response was very just invalidating. It was almost like he trusted this doctor just because they were a doctor to give the best professional advice just because of the professional title that they hold. We do this thing in our society where we love to praise professions, and we don't really see the professional for the person that they are. We just see that white coat. That needs to stop. That needs to really stop. And honestly, his response just really made me feel invalidated in the relationship. It made me feel like I was going to, I kind of catastrophized a little bit in my head, and made me feel like I was going to constantly be invalidated of my experiences, even in the professional world. Differences of wages, differences of discrimination against, you know, just different discrimination. I can't even speak. Just different factors of discriminatory actions. I feel like he would not have had my back on them. So we had split ways, and I just feel like it's just very important to be validating in your romantic relationships. I'm not saying a validated social relationship is a relationship where that person is like, yeah, that definitely happened. I think that definitely happened. That was definitely wrong of that to happen. I don't think that's necessarily what we're looking for when we seek validation from people within our social circles. I think we're looking for more of a compassion, some type of realistic thought process, thought-provoking thought process that makes you think about different aspects without dismissing the situation for, you know, just, you know, letting the situation go over their head. I just feel like it's very important to just validate your friends and validate the people that you genuinely care about. So that was kind of a little ramble that I have for as far as social validation and social relationships. I definitely have plenty more instances in my head where different friends and different family members didn't validate the things that I want to do. So just believe when I do my friends and validation videos, my social friends and validation videos, gonna be more stories, okay? To close out this video, we need to stop seeking social validation on Instagram. Go to your inner circle. Please go to your inner circle. Go to people that you trust. Go to people that you know will have your back. Go to people that you know think critically and also want to see you strive and do well in life. And most of all, you need to instill in yourself the power of self-validation, because that's when you are truly not going to let anybody's opinion of what they think of you, of what path you're on, you're not going to let those things get to you. You're going to do whatever you want to do, baby. You're going to do whatever you want to do. And that That's powerful. That's just straight power. Like power, the power within. The power within. Y'all know that episode of SpongeBob? No? See, that's another thing. That dude didn't even get my SpongeBob references. That's how you knew he wasn't the one. He wasn't even getting my SpongeBob references. But yeah, that is everything that I have for this video on social media and social validation. If you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know somebody that needs to hear these facts, these wild, crazy facts on social media and validation, please share this video with them. And I will catch you guys in my next one. Deuces.